Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife. In today's McDojo Breakdown, we're going to be talking about a martial arts instructor who travels internationally to teach people how to have superpowers. Let's check out the video and let's break it down.
Pemeriksaan langsung balik, kasihan itu yang tengah, ayo kasihan tuh. Aduh itu udah keparan. Darah murni ini aku. Mutain.
The guy you just got done watching in that video goes by the name of Doodie. Don't make fun of his name, don't make fun of his name, don't make fun of his name.
Doodie man!
People often ask me, they say, Rob, why do you make fun of these con artists' names? Is that really necessary? It's kind of childish. I agree, it is childish. And I will continue to make fun of con artists' names because they're scum of the earth in my opinion. So them. But when it comes down to their names, it has nothing to do with anything about their nationality, their race, their age, their sex, their creed, their religious practices. I don't give two shits about any of that. I care that they're frauds and they're frauding people and taking advantage of vulnerable people. So I will continue to make fun of their names. But I digress. Mr. Doodie teaches something called Javanese magnetism. What is Javanese magnetism, you might ask? According to a website that's advertising its services, apparently Javanese magnetism can do the following. It can attract star energy, moon energy, solar energy, earth energy, and any energy for the purpose you wish. But what happens if I combine all of the energies?
Let our powers combine. Earth, fire,
wind, water,
by your powers combined, I am
John C.
Didn't see that coming, did you? Also, according to the website, how to get in contact with spiritual guides, Holy Spirits, higher light beings, masters, or even angels can obtain their assistance through the universe or cosmos. That almost sounds exactly like the plot from that movie Ghost.
What's happening?
Continuing, how to set up a protection against negative influences and how this negativity can be destroyed for yourself, loved ones, or customers. This is actually something every cult does, but not every cult actually tells you that they do it. You see, this is what you would call grooming. See, they say that this is to help you with your negative influences, negative forces. What it really is to teach you that the master is the one in charge, and anybody who's trying to tell you not to follow their rules is someone who's a hindrance in your life and is a negative evil force, and they should stay away. Don't do it, man. That's called isolation, and that's what almost every cult will do to you. It will also help you increase your libido in another person in a few seconds.
Mr. Miyagi, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm having a problem with erectile dysfunction.
Hey, Daniel-san, Miyagi fix.
It's not working, man. It will help you calm an angry person in just a few minutes, usually even seconds. Well, it's not working, because the more I hear about how this person's conning other individuals and what he's trying to teach them, the angrier I get and want to kick him in his nuts repeatedly. It will teach you how to use self-defense techniques without really learning self-defense, which is very useful in unpredictable situations. You will notice that when you start to work with these forces, seldom will you be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You see, this is where I come in. Had this guy just been doing hypnotism, you would never hear about this dude on my page. But because he's actually trying to sell this crap as self-defense, which we'll show you in a moment, don't you worry, that's where I step in to try to make sure that I warn people about this huge turd of a human being. And also, just another note when it comes down to self-defense. Let's say this is a self-defense situation where someone's trying to, let's say, rob you of your money. Well, we'll just skip the middleman and you can just hand it over to this fraud right off the bat. Then you have no money to get stolen. But I have to say, This last one, the last one is very telling as to how much of a con this really is. Now, reading this last one, I'm going to just kind of read it as best I can because they wrote it horribly, but it says, how your inner strength can increase in only one day. So you can use breaking a metal or a hard thing as a brick. Superpowers. That's right. He actually is saying that he's going to teach you in just a day how to have superpowers. How crazy is that? Superpowers. Like, is this Professor Xavier's school for the gifted?
When I was young, I spent several years at a private school where I was told I would be taught to harness my mutant abilities. Took me years to figure out that it was a con. Some people never figured it out.
Now, this man actually has gone around and taught seminars. According to his website, let's just read it off here, he's taught seminars in Texas, Jakarta, New York, Melbourne, Budapest, and a lot of other places around the world. There are people who have an audience for this kind of thing, and unfortunately, those people are being taken advantage of by a con man. Now, you're probably thinking the same thing I am. How awesome would it be to be like a bug on the wall to observe and watch one of these seminars?
Hi, how are you?
Luckily for us, this man actually has posted videos that he is actually proud of his seminars. Take a look. Even though we know that this guy is trying to sell headlight fluid to people who don't own cars, his followers don't know that. And he tries to back this kind of stuff up with evidence with some type of scientific experiment that he recently posted. As you can see, this man has hooked up one of his followers up to a machine to check their blood pressure and their heart rate and such. And he's doing his magical voodoo nonsense, and all of a sudden the thing starts to spike and move around a little bit. Sorry, but that's not really all that scientific when you're the one doing your own experiment. The only reason this guy even did this is so that way he can shush the haters. But this isn't the only scam artist who's used his own experiments to try to prove himself right to outsiders. But before we get to those other con artists who have done experiments in order to prove their point, a word from our sponsor.
The hand is not made to hold anything very well.
Are you tired of your hands not doing exactly what they were designed to do? Have your hands let you down at the most inopportune moments? Does the ability to not hold things very well make you question your entire existence? Are you sitting in your chair right now looking like you've been punched in the face way too many times wearing a Killcliff hat and glasses? All of those things are problems of the past with regular ass hands. With regular ass hands, you can do exactly what they were designed to do. Hold things, because that's what hands do. With regular ass hands, you could hold a pencil and write. You could wish a motherfucker would with regular ass hands. Hell, you could even toss in a shameless promo for one of your sponsors with regular ass hands. So when it comes time to holding something, don't forget to use the things that are actually designed to hold things well, your hands. Thank you, regular ass hands. Now back to what we were talking about. Two other people who tried to use experiments like this in order to try to convince other people that their con was legitimate are George Dillman.
It didn't work.
Dillman thinks he knows what went wrong.
The skeptic was a totally non-believer. Plus, I don't know if I should say that on film, but if the guy had his tongue in the wrong position of the mouth, that can also nullify it. In fact, you can nullify it if you raise those two big toes. If I say I'm going to knock you out, and you raise one toe and push one toe down, can't knock you out. And then if I go to try again, you reverse it. If you keep doing this, I won't knock you out.
And James Heydrich. But out of the two, the only one who was actually able to fool true scientists in a true scientific experiment was James Heydrich. James Heydrich was such a good con man in this day that he was able to convince people that he actually had psychic powers. And we're not just talking about on a small scale. We're talking about globally. James Heydrich was quite literally called the world's greatest psychic. Now later on, James Heydrich was debunked by the man himself, the James Randi. James Randi was able to debunk him on national television to prove once and for all that James Heydrich had absolutely no superpowers whatsoever. But I think I'm a little bit scientific in a way when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I could be wrong. So I actually have this man's number. I have Mr. Doodie's number. It's listed publicly, by the way, so I'm not doxing him. It's publicly listed on his Instagram page, and I, for one, will actually be calling this man and trying to see if I can set up a seminar. And if you guys follow our Instagram page, which I suggest you do, and you are interested in being a part of that seminar, keep up with our Instagram posts, because when I do make that happen, if I make that happen, I will definitely make a post about it and allow anybody to come to the seminar. I told you guys earlier that I'd discuss a little bit more about the self-defense stuff. I want you to watch this man just hit a bag. Just observe this for a second. No, that man does not have some type of physical disability that is causing him to hit the bag like that. He is just that terrible at it. I'm giving this guy 5 out of 5 Dillmans. Anytime you guys see supernatural voodoo power abilities, you can pretty much guarantee that guy's gonna, or girl, I'm not discriminating, gets 5 out of 5 Dillmans. Also, if you're a member of the page, feel free to drop your own Dillmans down there. I want to know what your thoughts are. And by the way, we have more than just Dillmans. Feel free to use the Ashita Kims or the Frank Dukes. It's all good. Shameless plug real fast. I want to let you guys know that we are currently selling a McDojoLife gi. We were only going to sell it for a week, but I decided because so many people requested that we extend it a little bit longer, we'll actually sell it all the way through the month of December. So if you guys want a McDojoLife gi, by all means, check it out. The link will be in the description below. That's what the gi looks like. And as I try to do from time to time to keep up with who's actually watching these videos all the way through before they decide to leave a comment, let's see here. Today, when you leave your comment, let's try to let us know what your favorite martial arts movie is. This will allow me to know right off the bat whether or not you actually watched the entire video or not, but at the same time, it makes it so that way I can actually respond to people who were kind enough to take the time to watch the full video. Y'all the real MVPs. Now, I, for one, am looking forward to your comments in the comment sections below, but if you really want to get a hold of me and you really want to have an open dialogue, I'm probably one of the most open influencers out there in terms of being able to talk to my followers. I answer every direct message. I said I would do every show if anybody ever asked, and I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Instagram Live at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and I stay on there for a few hours usually to have open conversations and dialogues with anyone that wants to talk to me, including the people I post in here or their followers. So if you want to really let me have it, you're more than welcome to go there, or if you just want to have a conversation, I'll see you live. Thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit.